Good evening, and welcome to the Florida Department of Transportation, or FDOT's Public Information Open House for the Clear Lake Road, also known as State Road 501 Project Development and Environment, or PD&E study. Financial Project Identification, FPID number 433605-1. Thank you for taking the time to join us. This public information open house is being offered in person and online through GoToWebinar to give the community an opportunity to learn about the project and provide feedback. All open house materials, including the presentation, are available on the project website at www.cflroads.com/project/433-605-1. The purpose of tonight's open house is to explain the project goals, present the proposed improvements that FDOT is evaluating to help achieve those goals, and obtain the community's feedback about the proposed improvements. The State Road 501 Study Area Corridor is located within the city of Cocoa in Brevard County. The roadway is a key corridor for regional access to State Road 528 to the north via Industry Road and to I-95 to the west via State Road 524. The study corridor is approximately 1.1 miles in length and extends from Michigan Avenue to just west of Industry Road. A PD&E study is a blending of engineering, environmental assessments, and public involvement activities. The process is used by engineers and planners to determine the location and conceptual design of preferred roadway improvements. The PD&E and design phases of this project are fully funded and overlap. The right-of-way phase, which involves acquisition of any necessary right-of-way for the construction of the project, and the construction phase of the project are currently unfunded. A PD&E study for this project was originally completed with the approval of a State Environmental Impact Report, or SEER, in 2017. FDOT is conducting a PD&E study update to refresh the environmental analysis and to comply with the Federal National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA requirements, to expand opportunities for federal funding for the project construction. The purpose of this study is to increase capacity on State Road 501 within the project corridor. The project is needed to address projected future traffic growth on the facility, improve modal interrelationships, and to enhance safety for all motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians. The level of service, or LOS, helps us understand how smoothly traffic flows on roads and at intersections. LOS is rated from A to F, where A means traffic moves freely and F means very heavy congestion. Traffic along State Road 501 is expected to worsen as usage increases over time. Long-range modeling, which projects traffic levels out 25 years, indicates that by 2050, traffic conditions are forecasted to range from moderate to heavy, leading to longer travel times and increased congestion on the corridor. Another need on State Road 501 is to improve the relationship of all travel modes within the project corridor for vehicles, pedestrians, and bicyclists. There is an existing 6-foot wide sidewalk on the east side of the project corridor, along with a short segment of sidewalk on the west side, which varies from 5 to 6 feet in width, and no designated bicycle facilities within the project corridor. This corridor was identified by the Space Coast Transportation Planning Organization, or TPO, as a priority corridor for bicycle and pedestrian improvements. The crash analysis for State Road 501 revealed a total of 167 crashes between 2019 and 2023, with no fatalities, 63 injury crashes, and 104 property damage-only crashes. Rear-end collisions were the most common crash type, followed by head-on collisions. The Space Coast TPO listed the segment of State Road 501 from Otterbein Avenue to the 90-degree roadway curve in its ranking of high injury corridors. Furthermore, the segment of State Road 501 from the 90-degree curve to Industry Road was a high crash segment during the study period with an actual crash rate that is nearly 5 times greater than the statewide average for similar facilities. The existing 90-degree curve accounts for 14% of crashes within the identified high crash segment, with primary causes being speeding and wet pavement conditions. The 2017 PD&E study analyzed several alternatives and recommended widening from 2 to 4 lanes, and the existing 90-degree curve would be replaced with the 35-mile-per-hour bulb-out design in order to create a more gradual curve. The preferred alternative for this 2025 PD&E study update still includes widening State Road 501 from 2 to 4 lanes as shown here. The proposed typical section features two 11-foot wide travel lanes in each direction, separated by a 22-foot wide median. The corridor would also feature 14-foot wide shared use paths along each side of the roadway. The total right-of-way varies from 104 to 239 feet. The preferred alternative also replaces the existing 90-degree curve with a roundabout, as shown. The proposed roundabout will enhance safety by lowering speeds into the curve while improving traffic operations and better accommodating future development within the corridor. There are various benefits of the proposed modern roundabouts in contrast with traditional traffic circles. Unlike traffic circles, modern roundabouts are designed with a focus on safety and traffic flow efficiency. Modern roundabouts function through yielding, thus eliminating full stop conditions and delays associated with traffic lights. Connectivity and safety benefits include allowing continuous traffic flow where the drivers keep moving through the intersection without stopping. This can increase intersection capacity up to 50%. Modern roundabouts can result in less severe crashes when compared to regular intersections due to the reduced conflict points and the elimination of head-on and high-speed right-angle collisions. Additionally, roundabouts have 90% fewer fatalities and 75% fewer injuries due to the removal of right-angle, head-on, and T-bone conflict movements. They can also reduce up to 40% of pedestrian and bicycle crashes. Benefits also include maintaining functionality during power outages and lower construction and maintenance costs when compared to traditional signalized intersections. The addition of the median will change the access management class of State Road 501 from a Class 4 non-restrictive facility to a Class 5 restrictive facility with median openings located at specific crossroads and access points. On State Road 501, from south to north, a signalized median opening is proposed at Michigan Avenue, and directional median openings are proposed in front of the entrance to the Woodland Commons office complex and at LaMarche Drive. The access points are the same as those presented in the 2017 SEER report. A signalized median opening is proposed at Otterbein Avenue, with the proposed roundabout located at the existing 90-degree curve and a directional median opening in front of the U.S. Post Office entrance. A signalized median opening is also proposed at Industry Road. The project will require ponds to hold and treat stormwater that runs off pavement and other impervious areas. FDOT decides where to build new stormwater ponds by studying nearby locations, taking into account elevations, soil type, the existing water table, and what body of water will get the runoff. Engineers also analyze impacts to wetlands and endangered species, cultural resources, potential for contamination, and potential impacts on nearby utilities. 5 pond sites are proposed as part of the study improvements and are shown here on this slide. The proposed pond sites are generally in the same locations as presented in the 2017 SEER. The PD&E study has evaluated the potential impacts and benefits to the social and economic, physical, natural, and cultural environments associated with each alternative. Avoidance or minimization of impacts to these features is a key consideration in the selection of the preferred alternative. The evaluation matrix shown on this and the next slide compares the preferred alternative to the no-build alternative. The preferred alternative meets the purpose and need by accommodating future traffic demand, improving modal interrelationships with the addition of new bicycle and pedestrian facilities, and enhancing safety. Even though the no-build alternative does not meet the purpose and need, it was carried throughout the study for base comparison purposes. The preferred alternative will result in 6.7 acres of right-of-way acquisitions affecting 28 parcels. 17 residences would require relocations, and 2 businesses, which are located on one parcel, would be displaced. The preferred alternative is anticipated to have an adverse impact of 14 noise-sensitive sites within the study. However, a noise wall is proposed in front of the College Green Estates to help mitigate that noise impact. Potential utility impacts are expected to be moderate as existing utilities such as overhead and underground lines may need to be relocated as a result of construction of the project. There are 9 potential contamination sites along the corridor. 6 are rated as medium risk. The project will continue to look to avoid and minimize impacts to contamination as the project advances. The preferred alternative is not anticipated to impact existing floodplains, and approximately 4.72 acres of wetlands will be impacted. Avoidance and minimization will continue to be incorporated as practical throughout the PD&E study and design phases. No significant impacts to listed species are anticipated as the project is in an urbanized corridor. The project will not adversely affect any National Register of Historic Places. The total estimated cost for the preferred alternative is $71.9 million. Construction for the project is currently unfunded. Even though the build alternative does not result in physical impacts to any study area features or require substantial funding commitments, it does not meet the project purpose and need. Overall, no significant impacts to the social and economic, physical, natural, or cultural environments are anticipated to occur as a result of the construction of the preferred alternative. We encourage you to visit the project website at your convenience to view available project information. All the materials presented at this meeting are available on the project website www.cflroads.com/project/433-605-1 or from the CFL Roads website main page, type the project number 433-605-1 in the search box at the top right and click Go. Then click on the project name. Public engagement activities and opportunities for the public to provide comments have been available throughout the PD&E study and development of the SEER and have included individual stakeholder coordination meetings and this public information open house. The next step is to incorporate your input into our decision-making process. After the comment period closes and your input has been considered, the final PD&E document will be sent to the FDOT Office of Environmental Management for approval to grant Location and Design Concept Acceptance, or LDCA. The approval of the LDCA marks the completion of the PD&E study, which is anticipated to occur in spring 2026. This project has and will continue to comply with all applicable state and federal rules and regulations. The design phase for this project is overlapping the PD&E study. Additional coordination is required to identify funding opportunities for future right-of-way and construction phases. Your feedback is important, and we want to hear from you. All public comments and questions are part of the project record, and every method for providing public comments and questions carries equal weight. We invite you to speak directly to project team members, submit written questions or comments, or submit comments online through the project website at www.cflroads.com/project/433-605-1. While comments and questions are welcomed at any time, those submitted by January 22nd, 2026 will be included in the Public Information Open House record. All questions will be responded to in writing following the open house. You may also contact FDOT Project Manager Jeanette Maldonado Ambler directly by email at jeanette.maldonado@dot.state.fl.us, or by U.S. mail at the Florida Department of Transportation, 719 South Woodland Boulevard, Mail Station 501, DeLand, Florida, 32720. You may also call Ms. Maldonado Ambler at 386-943-5211 to provide verbal comments during normal business hours. This public information open house was advertised and is being conducted in accordance with the state and federal requirements, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concern about Title VI may do so by contacting Melissa McKinney, District 5 Title VI Coordinator, by mail at 719 South Woodland Boulevard, Mail Station 520, DeLand, Florida, 32720, by phone at 386-943-5077, or email mckinney@dot.state.fl.us. You may also contact Al Sanders, State Title VI Coordinator, by mail at 605 Swanee Street, Mail Station 65, Tallahassee, Florida, 32399, by phone at 850-414-4764, or email at alders@dot.state.fl.us. This information is shown on a sign at the in-person location, on the project website, and in the open house notifications. The Public Information Open House was advertised in the Florida Administrative Register, on FDOT's Public Notices website, the project website, the Florida Today newspaper, and social media. In addition, adjacent property owners, interested individuals, elected and appointed officials, and government agencies were also notified about this public information open house. The environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being, or have been, carried out by FDOT pursuant to 23 United States Code Section 327 and a Memorandum of Understanding dated May 26, 2022, and executed by the Federal Highway Administration and FDOT. FDOT is dedicated to working with our neighbors and communities to make sure everyone gets home safely. Please stay alert and focused on driving when you are behind the wheel. On behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation, thank you for attending this public information open house and providing your input. This concludes the presentation. We invite you to view the open house materials and exhibits and talk to the project team. The presentation will begin again in a few minutes.